me and my brother-in-law Yossi, we were discussing this, and that is like this. Imagine you have a terrible, terrible disease. Okay, you have a terrible disease, and you happen to be a scientist who's working with this disease. You're working with it. So what do you have to wear? You have to wear these suits, these like hazmat suits. And before you go in, you have to wash it. And you have to dry it in the sun. And then they have to spray you with this and spray you with that. They put a blow dryer in to make sure there's no holes in it. And just a lot of things like, why are we doing, what are you doing? Why are we doing this? Why are there so many added things here? Let me just go in, let me do my job, finito. And the answer is, because they want to protect you. There's something very dangerous over here. This is real. This is radiation. This is Ebola. This is, what else is like scary stuff out there? Whatever the case is. Yeah, viruses and stuff. So you understand very clearly that, that's something that I'm willing to have all these additional risks because it's saving my life. Right? When there's anything that has to do with radiation. You look at all the documentaries on these nuclear reactors that was created. They're so careful because they understand the danger. And the people around want to save you. Right? Just a much simpler example is Motrin and Advil and Tylenol and bleach. Right? You ever have the thing, right? You're trying to open it, you can't open it because it's like a safety lock. And you get very frustrated. You're like, come on, you're trying to turn, and it's just not working. And you're like, why do they have to do this? And the answer is because they want to protect you and protect your children. Because your children don't know bleach is white. It smells pretty good. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they're going to drink it like this. You can't open it. And sometimes, it is hard for you. You don't want your kids to go into medicine cabinet. So therefore, they're protecting you. By adding these things, that's what they're doing. And Rabbi says it's the exact same thing with Chazal. They're not adding stuff to make it harder for you. That's ridiculous. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us in this world. He wants us to serve Him. Shabbos Kodesh comes the most beautiful thing. Why are there so many added things? There are abundance. What's going on? And some of the biggest sugyas are there abundance. And the answer is they're here to protect you. This is a real thing. If you looked at this as the same way as radiation, you do this in a second. We said this so many times. If you saw that Shmiras Einayim, Shmiras Haloshin, Shmiras Hadis, Shmiras Hadat was literally radiation, you got leprosy the second you did it, you'd be very, very careful. Very careful, because you understood how damaging, how dangerous it is. Unfortunately, we don't have that. So we don't know. So then we build up this whole debt that one day we need to pay in purgatory. And we'd rather not have that. So Chazal wants to protect us and say, listen, we understand human nature. We're here to help you. And we know that you might fall in that hole. We don't want you to fall in that hole. So we're going to make a gate around it. You bumped into it, now it hurts. But it saved your life. It saved your life. For all the sports people out there, imagine there was a basketball court. Yeah, imagine there's a big hole right in the center, a huge hole with crocodiles in there. How'd they get there? Nobody knows. So they put up a fence around there. And meanwhile, people fell in before, and you're like looking down, now you're playing basketball, I don't know why you're playing there either. I don't know why the crocodile's there, I don't know why you're playing there. Nobody knows the story. But I'll call upon him, you're there, and you're trying to play, and you keep banging into it, and you're like, who did this? Who put this here? My arm's broken now. No, you'd be very, very thankful. Imagine you had to play there, okay? Let's just say. You'd be very thankful that it was there because it saved your life. That's what the Dirabbanans are. All the Rabbanans are here to help us.